Hello, it's Jane here. It is bank holiday Easter weekend over here in the UK, and to be honest, what that usually means is rain. But as you can probably see, again, I'm squinting, the sun is absolutely blasting down from that direction, and to be honest, I feel a little bit overdressed, but never mind, we'll manage. Okay, what I want to be talking to you today about is my onions, because it is early April and probably most of you will have planted your onion sets by now, but ideally we can put them in any time between mid-March and mid-April. So today I'm going to concentrate on putting in my onion sets. Now, the reason I'm not going to be doing my red, let me just hold the fonio, let's put that there. Let me show you my red onions. These are the red onion sets. Oh dear, that one's broken. Casualty, onion down. These are the red barren onion sets that I put in these, in the compost and in these toilet roll modules. Oh, how long ago now? I don't know. A while ago. Could have been January. Would it have been January? Anyway, not long after. And look, they are absolutely beautiful specimens, and really they are itching to go out. But we have got, over the next few nights, we have got temperatures in the minus. So what I do not want to do is knock these back any more than sitting in an icy cold greenhouse will do. So I'm going to leave those probably another week, and then we can concentrate on putting those out. For the same reason, I'm not going to be putting out the onions we've grown from seed again. These are in the full size toilet roll tubes. There must be a posher name for them. Toilet roll tubes. Can't think of one. Anyway, you can see his little roots popping out. He looks very, very weedy on the top. In fact, there's a couple of little weedy leaves. Let's get rid of them. But yeah, I'm going to keep him a little bit longer being mollycoddled in the unheated greenhouse, coming out during the day, so a little bit of hardening off. So hopefully in the next week or two, like I say, they'll be able to go in. But the reason I'm going to be putting these little tinkers in, oops, is they're incredibly tough. Okay? These little onion sets, I mean, basically all they are is miniature onions, okay? And all we do with them, they're so easy. If you're growing onions for the first time, or you want to be guaranteed of a crop, use these. They're cheap, they're cheerful. She says after we got a really bad crop last year, but that was our fault, and I'll tell you about that later on. Yeah, they're just the easiest thing to do. But when you buy them, you will probably buy them in a big plasticky net bag like that, and it might look like you've got hundreds. You will have, but you cannot put them all in. The first thing you really need to do with your onion sets is just have a little quick look through them. Really, that's the most complicated thing you need to do with them. But I'll bring you over here and show you what I mean. I can just show you. Oh, sorry about my hands. I have been playing in the mud already, as you can tell. Okay, what we're looking for are some really, really good examples of a small onion. Okay, so the opposite of a country show. We want a small but perfectly formed onion. We've got this thing called the root plate at the bottom, so no damage to that, got some little roots coming out, and we've got the little neck at the top, and that helps to tell us which way up the onion goes. Right, Jane, what do we need to know now? Now you know which way up your onion goes. All you want to do is sort through. I mean, to be honest, I've sorted through these because, long story short, I have already filmed this video yesterday and got home and there was no sound, which I know a lot of people might find preferable, but it didn't really do very much for me. So I have already sorted these. But if you look, the ones I've got, it doesn't really matter on the size. I mean, look. That one there is teeny tiny. I hope you can see that. It's teeny tiny, and one of the ones that I have discarded is much, much bigger. But this one has already started growing out the top, and ideally I don't want anything that's already started to shoot, okay, because when it goes in the ground I want the roots to really start getting an anchor in the soil before they start producing shoots. So that is in my basket of maybes. The ones that I actually tossed over my shoulder because they were no good are now in the middle of the old raspberry bed. So I'm not going to go and dig them. But you're looking out for anything that might be, this isn't squishy, but if you squished it like that with your fingers and it's squished a bit, that's quite firm, then you would discard that as well because there's nothing in there. Okay, so yeah, these are perfect. There's a few slightly smaller ones. We'll go for the big ones first. But what I'm going to do now is show you where I'm going to plant them and how I'm going to protect them. Okay, they're going to go in this bed here. This is going to be just for the white onion sets. And they are going to go quite far apart. If you think the net, because I'm going to net them, is going to go there, over to the edge of the cardboard there, and we've got there 3 rows where we're going to put our sets. And the reason they are quite far apart, because usually you'd have maybe, well, I don't know, you'd only want about 6 inches between your onions, up to you if you wanted more between your rows, but I want quite a wide gap there because once I've got my sets in, I'm going to sow some carrots down these rows. Why are you sowing carrots, Jane? I'll tell you, because they are perfect companion plants for your onions. The smell of the carrots helps to deter the onion fly, also the allium leaf miner, and the smell of the onions confuses the poor old carrot fly. So hopefully they are going to help each other out. Now I haven't interplanted carrots and onions before, so I'm going to have a go. But first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to sow some sets along where I've got these nice little rods here, and I'll tell you more about them in a minute as well. Okay, this is planting onion sets Jane style. So that means it's going to be very, very straightforward. So this, where is it? I don't know if I'm off camera here, is where the net's going to be. So I'm about 6 to 8 inches in. All I'm going to do, can you see me do that bit? Make a little hole, put the little onion in, cover it up. I'm going to go along about between 4 and 6 inches, make a little hole, put the onion in, cover it up. Oh look, that's 2 down already. Only about another 98 to go. Right, okay, and we're just going to carry on like that. It's actually on a day like this, you know, it's one of those really nice jobs, just digging a little hole with your finger and putting it in. These are these sets are actually Stuttgarter Horizon sets, and we have done these before, and these outlasted the other onions brilliantly with regard to storage. They lasted forever. I think they lasted till like the following April, and we got such a good crop with them. And I think it was the harvest we had the year before last. Sorry, I'm stopping. I'm trying to walk and talk, or talk and plant. It was the one we had the year before last, where we had an absolutely fantastic onion harvest. So much so, I was able to do a video about braiding the onions, which I'll put a link to somewhere. But yeah, so what happened there though, and I don't know if you're like this, but that meant that the following year we were just that little bit complacent. And so maybe we just shoved the onions in. I can't really remember exactly how we did it, but we certainly didn't give them the same care and attention they'd had before. And so, oh, that's not in very deep, is it? There we go. Right, take that out again. Deeper hole, Jane, deeper hole. Yeah, and last year's crop was really, really disappointing. And I was really sad because I thought we'd cracked onions. I thought we knew what to do. And then I think it just goes to show you that you can never be too sure. Okay, obviously my sticks aren't long enough. And you can see already that, look, they're not even. I've sort of gone a bit wiggly on my middle row. So because of that, I am now I've watered them in. So all the sets are in now. I've watered them in. And what I'm going to do now is just draw a line. I think I'm going to do one down here. and one down there to put some carrots in. So it's not going to be aesthetically pleasing at all, because it would have been very nice if it had been a lovely pattern. But no, but first of all, I'm just going to water this soil here very, very lightly. Okay? Okay, and the reason I am watering the soil before I put the carrots in is because, hold on, I'm just coming off camera here, and then I'm going to go around the other side, and I'm coming back on camera. The reason I'm watering the soil first is so that when I sow the seed, they are just going to be able to get a little bit of purchase on the soil, because I don't ideally want to be watering them once they're covered up, because that way lies carrot catastrophe. And all I'm going to do now is draw a little drill. Now, some of you might worry that this line is a little bit too close to that line, but I'm not. It'll be fine. From what I've heard, these carrots and onions are very good bedfellows, so I think they'll be absolutely fine next to each other. We'll just show you the carrot I'm growing, or rather the carrot I'm sowing. It's the Chantenay Red Cord, and I think it's quite shallow. It's one of these quite shallow ones. Here we go. Stocky wedge-shaped roots with a small core, easy to grow, hooray! Crunchy with a great taste. Okay, so those now, if we look, it says there are approximately, can you see that? 2,000 seeds. I'm not going to count those seeds out. I know I'm going to just tip them in my hand and sprinkle. I'll show you just how tiny these seeds are. Now, what you could do, quite a lot of people, I mean, you can see, look at those, they're quite beautiful. What some people do, because they are so tiny, you can mix them with sand, so that it makes it easier to sprinkle and they go further. You can actually put them in a paste, like a biodegradable type paste that you can make yourself. Recipes all over Google. Or you could even mix them in with some radish seed, and the radish will come up much, much quicker, and they'll show you where the line of carrots are. I, however, am going to do this. Here's my wibbly bobbly line. And I'm going to just sprinkle them down like that. Okay, now they're in. I think I've said about 999. All I'm going to do is just break them over. So that's the other thing. That line of water that I used for the little channel has marked where they are as well. So I know I'm just going to have a very light layer of soil there. And then, I'm probably off camera again here, there we are. And then, I'm just going to leave them. And it'll be interesting to see when they come up. But I've just got one more thing that I need to do to make sure these are going to be as well protected as I want them to be. Okie dokie. These little rods here that I've been using as markers are going to be really, really useful for the next part, because These are from Gardening Naturally. I don't know if you can see me, hopefully you can see this bit. And they're the people who provided us with the fruit cage, which I know a lot of you have been really impressed with. So are we, and we still haven't put the netting on, but we've got no fruit yet either. But yeah, they very kindly sent me these hoops. Well, I'm saying hoops, look, it's like magic. This rod bends to whatever sort of shape you want it to be. You can have a really shallow arch, would you call it? You could have something really tall if you wanted to protect your brassicas or your sprouts or something like this. But all you have, and I'm not going to bring the camera around, you're just going to have to use your imagination here. You've just got these little hollow cylinders that you put in the ground, and they show you where, or rather that's where you insert your hoop. And look at that, how quick and easy is that? They are really, well, they seem really sturdy. Again, if they're as sturdy as the fruit cage, I'll be a very happy bunny, a happy Easter bunny. But yeah, let's see if I can get that in without having to get on my knees and do it properly. Oh, that's just because they're a bit wobbly. There we go, there we go. Where's the other side? The corresponding side is here under a little bit of cardboard. So yeah, what I'm going to do with these is put some Miss Havisham's old dress. So in other words, the Enviromesh that's been hanging in the polytunnel. I'm going to pop that over the top, because not only will it let the onion sets get started, because there's nothing the birds like more than once your onion sets have started to pop out of the soil, they like to come along and just give them a little pull, give them a little tug and leave your onion sets hither and thither. So not only will it keep the birds off, but also hopefully March and April are the best time for the good old allium leaf miner. It's a time where it's looking for places to lay its eggs. So it has one sort of spree, if you like, March and April, and then another one 6 months later. So certainly I want to have a cover on, and I'm not going to take it off until I'm sure that that allium leaf miner has gone. So yeah, I've just got to get it covered, and I'll come back to you when it's done. And there we have it. That's the majority of our white onion sets in for the year. I have got some left over, which I'll bung in when I put the red onions in a week or two. But yeah, they're all covered up in their lovely little, what would you call it? A tunnel. It actually, I ordered, with the hoops, I ordered bird netting, because eventually those hoops are going to be used for the strawberries. But clearly my strawberries are only yay big at the moment, so it's going to be a while before we have to start protecting the fruit from anything. But yeah, once that comes off there, they'll be reused, and then yeah, reused throughout the season. We've actually got 2 sets, so they're going to be really, really valuable. So I'll leave a link to Gardening Naturally below. But I'm just really glad to get them in. I am wondering if the carrot and onion thing works. It is a classic companion planting combination. We can but try. But so far then, they are protected from the birds. They are protected from, hopefully, from the allium leaf miner, because the best thing to do to protect from them is physical protection, which is what we've got there. And hopefully the carrot fly will not know the carrots are there, because all it can smell is onions, and vice versa with the onion fly. So the other thing that mesh is going to do, I mentioned earlier that we've got a couple of I think that was a fly. Hold on. No, it's gone. It didn't. I hope it didn't go in. I'm the old woman who swallowed a fly. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, the other thing, we've got a few cold nights forecast. Not severely cold, but certainly down in the minuses, so -1, -2. So hopefully that will just give them a little layer of protection if there is any frost. The thing is, there's nothing showing above the ground yet anyway, so this should be okay. So fingers crossed. But yeah, I mean, actually, this is now about 7 o'clock at night, and look at this. Look at this. It's just glorious until someone puts that lawnmower on, which always happens. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you. Please subscribe, please press the bell. I've got to get used to saying this, you know, it's been 6 years and I still don't do it regularly enough. Press the bell to get notifications for when another video is uploaded. Come over to the Facebook group, come over to the Instagram page, and if you haven't planted your melons yet, why not? I'll put a link up about the Transatlantic Melon Challenge as well. So hopefully you're all okay, and I really hope you all have a lovely, lovely Easter weekend wherever you are. Okay, see you soon. Bye now.